When we talk about Nazi concentration camps, we imagine armed men shouting orders, open brutality. But inside Auschwitz, some of the most feared figures were not men. They were women. Among prisoners, they became known as the Angels of Death. Auschwitz was not just a prison camp. It was the heart of the Nazi extermination system. Located in occupied Poland, it functioned as an industrial complex of death. People arrived by train, believing they were going to work. Most of them were dead within hours. More than 1 million human beings were murdered there. Men, women, children, reduced to numbers. Erased without explanation. To keep this system running, the Nazis created a strict hierarchy of control. And inside that hierarchy, female guards held absolute power over women prisoners. Nazi ideology promoted a clear image of women, mothers, wives, caretakers of the home. But Auschwitz did not follow ideology, it followed necessity. The camp needed discipline, control, obedience. Women recruited as SS guards received something rare: authority, status, and power. For many of them, this was the first time anyone obeyed their orders. And power, once given, does not always reveal kindness. Sometimes it reveals cruelty. The name did not come from Nazi documents. It came from fear. Prisoners watched these women walk calmly through the barracks. Clean uniforms, perfect posture, controlled expressions. They did not shout. They did not rush. But when they stopped, when a finger pointed left or right, a life was decided. No trial, no explanation, no mercy. They were called angels not because they saved lives, but because their presence announced death. Among all of them, one name still echoes today: Irma Grisi. She was only 22 years old, young, blonde, with an ordinary appearance. Nothing about her suggested a monster, but survivor testimonies describe something very different. Irma Grisi whipped prisoners until they collapsed. She released attack dogs on starving women. She participated in selections with visible satisfaction. She was not forced. She was not hesitant. She excelled. Witnesses said she smiled while deciding who would live and who would die that same day. After the war, Irma Grisi was captured and put on trial. She showed no remorse, no guilt, no regret. In 1945, she was executed by hanging. She died young, but the terror she caused did not die with her. It lingered in memories, scars, and silence. Another central figure was Maria Mandel. She was the commander of the women's camp at Auschwitz. Nothing happened without her approval. Maria Mandel was known for her obsession with order. Everything had to function perfectly. Even death? She organized mass executions with the precision of an administrator. While prisoners were sent to the gas chambers, others were forced to play music, a soundtrack for genocide. For Maria Mandel, murder was not emotional. It was procedural. She was executed in 1948. These women were not born monsters. They were shaped by a system that rewarded cruelty and punished compassion. Inside Auschwitz, violence became routine, pain became background noise, death became a statistic. When no one is punished for killing, killing stops feeling wrong. Evil does not arrive as something dramatic. It arrives as a job, a routine, a responsibility. And when humanity is removed, obedience becomes deadly. The angels of death of Auschwitz force us to face an uncomfortable truth. Evil has no gender, no age, no single face. When absolute power meets dehumanization, anyone can become an executioner. And in Auschwitz, even angels carried death in their hands.
Die SS-Aufsehherr Bote, bin seit dem 1. März 1945 im KL Bergen-Belsen.
Jetzt muss sie ihren Opfern in die Augen sehen.
Come on, is that my phone talking about?
Zehn Jahre hat er Verbote bekommen.
Wieso einen Fehler gemacht? Nö. Weiß nicht, wie ich das beantworten soll. Habe ich einen Fehler gemacht? Nö. Der Fehler ist schon, dass ich das KZ war. Ich musste hier rein, dass ich selber reingekommen. Das war mein Fehler. In einer Hinsicht.
These stories are not fiction. They happened, and they left scars that time could not erase. If you believe that remembering is a form of resistance, subscribe to the channel. Here, the past is not softened, it is told as it truly was. Subscribe, because history should never be forgotten.